Hey guys, welcome back to Foreign Reacts. I do hope you guys are having a really good day today. It's an unfortunate day because I'm in Europe. I've obviously heard the news probably before a lot of Americans or, a lot of the American side of the world. So unfortunately, the Queen Elizabeth, the second that most of us do know. I think she's probably one of the most popular names when it comes to royal family in this world in terms of the 21st century, right? So I know her. I don't know much about her, unfortunately, but I'd ask you guys a favor, and that is simply to comment a lot of things related to her that I can check out as videos, because today I'm going to be reacting to a video titled Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest reigning monarch, dies at age 96, right? So I guess they're going to give a little backstory of her, and it's from the Wall Street Journal. So I just want to see something about her, and if you guys want to suggest, and it's an unfortunate situation, but it is what it is. I've always said that because, life is something that ends, and she went to 96. I'm pretty proud of her, pretty happy for her. I'm pretty happy that her family got to see her before she passed. Maybe some of you guys don't know this, but there were news that got released earlier on in the day stating that she was not well, and she was advised to be in the presence of her doctors and so on and so forth. Later on, there was another news that released that the family were brought to the place where she was, being observed. And the moment I saw that, I said to myself, yeah, it's likely, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. End of an era. That's a wrap. It's a wrap. And a few hours later, yep, that's the case. She's now no longer with us. It's an unfortunate situation, but, happy that she lived, and happy that she, achieved all the things she achieved. I'm not sure of her achievements, but I'm pretty sure she achieved a lot because she seems to be really, really loved. So I'm going to be checking out things about her. So please do leave those in the comment section down below, and I'll try to check out as much of those related to her as possible. But for now, let's check out this video.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it's been long...
Wait, what? That's at Cape Town, South Africa. What year was that?
I declare before you all...
So, Cape Town, South Africa, April 21st, 1947. That is crazy. So, 1947, we talking about 53 right there, and 2020, what we're in, 2020. Wow, that's almost 7 years ago. I'm not sure of the exact math because I just brushed over that, but we're in 2022 and that was 53. So that's 2 plus that's 5. So that's 75 years ago. Wow. Oh, I could have actually done this math a lot easier, but I did the hardest bloody calculation. That's really interesting. What was going on right here?
That my whole life, whether it's been long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
That's so beautiful. Whether short or long, it definitely was long. That's for sure. Sorry guys, I'm sorry about that, but it was definitely long for sure, right? That was a beautiful. I guess that was a inauguration speech, if I'm correct.
It's Queen Elizabeth II, the longest lived and longest reigning monarch in Britain's history, was a stabilising force during a time of change in the United Kingdom. Her reign spanned the loss of most of the country's colonies in the years after World War II, and more recently, Brexit and the coronavirus pandemic. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor was born in April 1926, the first child of the Duke and Duchess of York. While cherished by the royal family, Elizabeth was never expected to become queen. Her grandfather was king. Her uncle was next in line, but in 1936 her grandfather died and her uncle abdicated.
So we greet England's new king, George VI.
What does abdicated means? Sorry.
Father became king in 1937, making her first in line to the throne. Elizabeth's induction to royal duties began during World War II, when the 14-year-old made her first public broadcast.
I can truthfully say to you all that we children at home are full of cheerfulness and courage. We are trying to do all we can to help our gallant sailors, soldiers and airmen.
Sounds so
In
powerful.
1947, Elizabeth married Philip Mountbatten, Prince of Greece and Denmark, and a lieutenant in the Royal Navy.
On the balcony at Buckingham, where many kings and queens have appeared, Princess Elizabeth happily shares the supreme day of her life with her countrymen.
The couple's first son, Charles, was born in 1948, followed by Anne, Andrew, and Edward. Then, while she was on an official visit to Kenya, Elizabeth's life would change forever. On February the 6th, 1952, her father, King George, failed to recover from an operation and died at just 56 years old.
Wow.
Elizabeth was flown back to London and immediately seated to the throne.
The high and mighty Princess Elizabeth Alexandra Mary is now, by the death of our late sovereign of happy memory, become Queen Elizabeth II.
So, whoa. I got a
The Queen
question.
was just
I got a question. Who is gonna be the next? Like, I've heard a bunch of stuff that happened with a few of the royal folks, you know, but I don't know anything about it. Who's gonna be next? Who's next?
5 years old when she started her royal duties as head of the monarchy. Even as Britain lost most of its colonies, she remained head of state of 14 countries other than the UK. She travelled extensively and was received with admiration by millions.
Mr. President, South Africa has a special place in my heart and in the hearts of the British people.
Wow.
Famously fond of horses, the Queen's love of her corgis was also no secret. They appeared with her in a much-loved video shown during the opening ceremony of London's 2012 Olympic Games.
Good evening, Mr. Bond.
Good evening, Your Majesty.
She rarely permitted interviews, so not much was known of her private life. But this seclusion from the press changed in the 1990s. The Queen described 1992 as Annus Horribilis, Latin for horrible year. After Windsor Castle, one of the Queen's royal residences, caught fire, and 3 of her children announced they were divorcing or separating from their spouses. This included the very public separation of her eldest son, Prince Charles, from Princess Diana. People started to question if the royal family was needed and if they reflected modern Britain. The Queen came under criticism in 1997 when she didn't return quickly enough to London to share in the public outpouring of grief after Princess Diana died in a car crash in Paris.
I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. She was an exceptional and gifted human being. In good times and bad, she never lost her capacity to smile and laugh, nor to inspire others with her warmth and kindness.
She always rocked the short hair. Like, it's been that way. Like, I haven't seen a picture or a video with her with long hair. That's interesting, actually. But Princess Diana, whose kid was it? Whose kid was her?
After this speech, public opinion started to turn in favour of the royal family, following a well-crafted public relations plan and the marriages between Kate Middleton and Prince William in 2011 and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in 2018. But just 2 years after their marriage, Harry and Meghan announced they were stepping away from royal duties in search of privacy from a growing media spotlight. They came to an agreement with the Queen where they would forfeit their royal titles as well as any royal funding. Their departure marked a watershed moment for a royal family that had long considered public service its foremost duty. In her final years, the Queen addressed her country and Commonwealth as it was swept up in the coronavirus pandemic.
While we have faced challenges before, this one is different. This time we join with all nations across the globe in a common endeavour, using the great advances of science and our instinctive compassion to heal.
I mean, listen to how she speaks, man. Listen to how I speak, man. I gotta get my English together. What? I know, I can't, I could never get to her, state where she speaks, such lovely English, but, I wish I was, but I just won't ever get there. It's no, they are the OG for that language, so,
We are interrupting our normal programmes to bring you an important announcement. You're watching BBC News from London. A short while ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh.
In April 2021,
Yes,
Prince
he
Philip, the
died.
Queen's husband of over 70 years, died at the age of 99. Due to coronavirus restrictions, his funeral was a small family affair, attended by only 30 people.
Right! I had no idea it was her husband. It makes sense why she would die now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, but if you've been with somebody for a really long time, the automatically math is if that person dies, you're going to follow soon because you feel as if, bro, this is the person that I rode the horses with until, we flew off into the moon or whatever. And when that person dies, that's it. You're going to wrap it up. Like, that's just humanity. We don't know a lot of us don't know what true love is, but for the ones who have experienced it, they can tell you, bro, like, they don't want to be here no more. It's just how I go.
That's the death of His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh.
In April 2021, Prince Philip, the Queen's husband of over 70 years, died at the age of 99. Due to coronavirus restrictions, his funeral was a small family affair, attended by only 30 people. There were concerns for the Queen's health throughout 2022. She tested positive for COVID-19 in February, and in June was forced to miss some Platinum Jubilee events to mark her 70 years on the throne due to mobility issues, the palace said. One of the Queen's final acts was to appoint Conservative Liz Truss as Prime Minister, the 15th person to hold that position during her reign. The Queen will be laid to rest alongside Philip at the King George V Memorial Chapel in Windsor. Her death means the crown is now expected to pass to Charles, with William next in line to the throne. In her 2018 Christmas broadcast, the Queen reflected on what had united her kingdom, the Commonwealth of 2.4 billion people and over 50 countries.
Its strength lies in the bonds of affection it promotes, and a common desire to live in a better, more peaceful world. Even with the most deeply held differences, treating the other person with respect and as a fellow human being is always a good first step towards greater understanding.
Wonderful. Had no idea, man, but according to what I'm seeing right here, she's a darn great person, according to what I'm seeing, because I can't make it up. I cannot make it up. I just heard it, and, seems like she was a pretty awesome person. So, it's really unfortunate, but we all got to go. But I'm happy, she lived. Her initial speech, regarding whether she would live a long time or a short time, she will serve. I liked it, and I'm happy that she got to live a long time and served a very long time as well. So, yeah, that's going to be it, guys. I'm out of here until next time. Peace.